And then there were none, by none other than the Queen of Crime, Agatha Christie. This novel was first published in 1939 and was initially known as Ten Little Indians. This book has sold over 100 million copies worldwide. This novel is considered as one of her masterpieces and is different from her other stories mainly due to the fact that this does not have a detective to solve the murder mystery. In most of Agatha's stories, there will be a brilliant detective who arrives at the murder scene, interviews the suspects, gathers clues, and finds out the killer. But in this story, the characters are on their own and they will have to identify a killer who could probably be one among them. The plot. The story is set in an isolated island. 10 strangers from different walks of life are invited to this island. Each of them believes that the invitation has come from a former friend or from a person named Ewan Owen. Gradually in the story, it is revealed why they have been called on to the island and they are informed that they will be killed one by one. The guests find out that their host is absent and there is no way to escape from the island. One by one, the guests gets killed and they will have to find out the killer and stop the next murder. A few of the guests does a thorough search of the island and finds out that there is no one else in the island. Then the terrifying truth sets in. The killer is one among them. Agatha has also brought in some curious elements to the story, like there is a poem on 10 little Indian soldiers displayed in every guest's bedroom. That poem describes how these soldiers are getting killed, how all these 10 soldiers are getting killed. Interestingly, in later part of the story, every murder gets connected to the lyrics of the song, this poem. There are also little figurines of soldiers which are displayed in the house where the guests are staying. Every time a murder happens, one of the figurines goes missing. Characters. The main characters are limited to the 10 guests who gets invited to the island. Each of them carries a hidden past. Some of the key characters are Justice Lawrence. Justice Lawrence is a recently retired criminal judge and he naturally commands leadership when the crisis happens. Captain Philip. Captain Philip is the only guest who openly carries a revolver to the island. Recommendation. This book is a great recommendation for anyone who wants to break a reading slump. And the chapters are short, the pacing is fast, and this book hooks you onto a theme of no one can be trusted. This book invites audience interaction. Since there is no formal detective who is there to solve the murder mystery in the island, the reader is also on the same page as that of the characters who are trying to find out the killer. This book keeps us guessing until the very end. If you have read this book, do share your comments.